I hear something down. Well, I didn't know exactly where Hunter was. I figured I kind of where he was. I hear a thump down there. Well, Hunter didn't realize that there was a bull 15 feet in front of him, underneath of him, on how that edge. I mean, it was steep. And this bull's in like reprod there, and he's tucked up against the bank. Yeah, and the sticky or the needles. So that bull's tucked up on that. Well,
he's like, I gotta spit on him.
So I'm sitting there and I'm watching and I'm hearing everything going. Well, all of a sudden I hear just crashing up above. Okay, there's elk coming there too. I'm like, okay. So I'm knocked. I'm just like range. Okay, something comes out there. I range over here. Something comes out there. Okay, I'm good. Then all of a sudden, what the fuck is going? What the fuck is Tony doing?
He didn't have to do anything because he popped out, and I was like 100 yards down from him, and I could see him on the hillside. So you know the elk that are underneath of me can see him.
So the bull sees him. The bull jumps off a fucking cliff, commits suicide, literally.
Falls
jumps
in
down,
a hole.
like 15-foot hole.
Ass over tea kettle.
Hunter says he literally didn't make a move for 30, 40 seconds. Just
and
silence.
Stops. And he's like right below me, and I got narrow knock.
Tony said he watched the bull do this. Ass over tea kettle over into this hole. Comes out, and I range him at 80 yards. I draw back, I wait for broadside. All of a sudden I hear, okay, fuck, Hunter shot. Okay, I didn't have a broadside shot. It was just his ass at me, and I would have had to drive it down. I'm like, okay, wait, that bull bounces over there. He's a lot further away. I drop my bow down, go to range again. At that point, he beelines up the hill, and then I just hear Hunter's arrow go, just selling. Okay, well, Hunter shot again.
That was not an accurate portrayal of his jet flying through the air.
So, I'm like, okay, well, fuck, we'll see.
So, from my end of it, he crashes in the bottom, like right below me. And I'm standing on the trail, and he crashes, and I'm like, what the hell is that? And I'm looking down, and I can't, it's so thick, I can't even see the bushes move. But he's right there, I can hear him. And he crashes,
pauses,
swings around, pauses, and I'm trying to get an angle to see him. And then finally I get down lower, and I was like, he's going that way, he'll pop out, might get an open shot. And he pops out, and he's like, trucking along. He's like, screw this, I'm out. I got a guy up there going, come over here. He goes, runs out, and I've been used to, at this point, this is the first time I carried my bow all season. And I go to cow call to get him to stop, but I forget to draw my bow first. So I'm like, meow, meow, and he stops, turns around, looks at me, and I'm like, oh shit, hold on, wait, let me draw my bow back. And he's like, oh, fuck you, and dips out. He goes, runs up and stops about like 60 yards. I'm like, meow. Like, as soon as I shoot, he takes off up the hill. So my arrow goes right behind him. And then he runs up, and I made a really bad rookie mistake. When I was up above, and it was 104 yards. So then I slid my sight down to 100 yards, and he ran up onto that trail, and I was like, oh. And I watched my arrow go right over way over top of it.
He forgot that he moved 20 yards closer.
We're more like 30 yards down the hill. So, and then they go, but they still didn't know what happened.
No,
and so they just
we never got
down.
busted.
No. So I continued to chase them down the hill in that thick shit. And then the bull bugles again, like the herd bull's like 3 ridges over down to the bottom. And now his tone's completely changed. He's like, "Ooh, get away from my cows." Please, I want to come back, but not while you're over there. And I was just like, I've never, ever in my life seen a bull do that. You know, he's just like, he was like, oh shit, you're here, I'm gone, see you later, girls.
Well, I talked to a professional, and he said you were way too aggressive calling.
Okay. Yeah.
Let me get the camera going. Okay, continue on with your story.
So they're packing up, getting ready to go home to do some billing and stuff like that, and he's got to pick up his goodie package, ordering his new boots and stuff. So Tony gets here, they stick him with me, and I was like, all right, and take him out. I was like, sweet, maybe call in a bull for Tony. And so we go back up to where we were opening morning, hike all the way down the steep ass road. It goes all the way down, get in the bottom. We're going to do this big loop. It's about 8 miles. Pretty what the map said. So we get out there and we're walking this road, walks on top of the ridge all the way out. I'm just calling, probably every 100 yards. And we get down there close to the end, and it's like 10:30. It's starting to get pretty warm. There's a whole bunch of clear cuts at the end, and I was like, so I don't think we really need to go out there. I was like, so we'll just cut up the top of this ridge. Looked really nice, like this kind of taller timber, ferny. There's some patches of viney maple in there, but for the most part, it looked really nice. I just did more of a challenge bugle, screamed out there, chuckled a few times, and waited for a response for about a minute or so, and then just beelined up over the top of the ridge. We make it 100 yards into the timber. I'm walking up, and out of the corner of my eye, I see movement, and I stopped, and I looked over at this bull walking out, and he started screaming, and he's like, ooh, ooh, and I was like, shit, and he's like right there, 50 yards. Knocked an arrow. I was like, Tony, get over here. It's like, stay there. And I was like, Kayla, over there, stay there. And I get behind this mess of crap so the bull can't see me, and I was raking on a tree and screaming, and he starts breaking shit on a tree and chuckling at me, and then he walks out, and I look over, Tony's at full draw, out in the open, kneeled down, and I was like, sweet, right, he's gonna get a shot. And then I'm sitting there raking on the tree, and he's like, psst, is it legal? Like, are you looking at the elk that's making all that noise? Because that is a legal bull. Never heard a spike sound like that. And I look around the tree, and this bull is just staring right at us. And it ain't no little bull. It's probably 270, 280 plus. Yeah, big Roosevelt. And it was like 40-yard frontal for me, and I thought about drawing back and stepping out, but I was like, yeah, he's going to come walk right around that tree and be broadside for Tony at like 35 yards. So I sat there and waited, and Tony's just out there in the open, full draw, and he's just holding it. I was like, yeah, and the bull kind of meanders off, probably heard him yell at me, ask him if it's legal, and he's like, am I legal? What? Out of here.
Shit in my own warehouse, I haven't got my permit.
He goes back down. We don't realize he's got cows at this point. He goes kind of back down the hill, and he's still bugling at me. So we make a beeline that way, and I try to get a shot at him when he was going through, and I stopped, and he was walking, and there was this log, and he was walking on the trail on the other side of it. I was like, sweet, he'll walk right out into that open, on frontside shot at like 30 yards. Well, when we walked, it kind of dipped down right there, so I had like that much of his back, and I was like, that sucks. They walk down, and his cows, we go running back over there and go down, and he's like on the other side of his herd now, but we didn't know that they were there, and he screams back at me. I try to scoot down this trail right into the middle of like 10 cows. And all of a sudden, you can just like hear them jump. And I looked up, and I was like, oh shit, there's elk right here. And they're all like, ah. And the bull doesn't even know what's going on. They go down the hill. He bugles from the same spot again, and then starts heading down towards his cows. And it was great.